had his special on Tubi. I feel like it's the first special to actually premiere on Tubi. I know there's other specials on Tubi, but I don't think that's where they first premiered. I think he's the first one. Don't quote me on it, but I think he's the first one. His fit was good. You know, he lost a lot of weight and working out, got muscle down, so he had his arms out, which cool. It's cool little fit. Um, it it was really bad. It was so bad that if he put up another special, I'm not gonna watch it. It was very, very bad, like really bad, like really, really bad. So, I feel like he's just getting on stage now since he's such a veteran comedian. He just getting on stage because he know people want to see him. So he just getting on stage doing whatever. He's kind of doing what Kevin Hart doing, but even worse because I feel like he's not putting any effort in at all. Like he just got on stage saying a whole bunch of random like nothings. Like it, he didn't tell us really more much about his life. I know he did say something about, he did a little bit about his kids and his partner. He did a little about that, like I'm talking about like 5 minutes maybe. I might be giving too much on that. He was talking about the barbershop and so how many comedians talk about going to a barbershop? Like it was just like a bunch of just stuff that you wouldn't think a veteran comedian would talk about. And he has been doing it for a long time. Like he has very good bits, funny bits, classic bits. Like his last special, I can't remember what it was on. Maybe even his last two specials was not good, great. The last one was really, really, I think it was the last one, was really, really bad. Like, I did laugh one time at the end, so I was like, okay, I gave it a pass because it is hard to laugh, very, very hard, especially these days. I'm talking about like where you're on the floor crying. Like, it was I don't remember what the joke was, but it was something that made me laugh at the end, so I was like, okay, well, at least he gave me one big laugh. But if it wasn't for that, it would have been horrible. Like this one, I had no laughs. It was so bad that I'm not gonna watch it again. That's how you know something is bad. The last one, I laughed once. I was like, okay, let me give him a chance. Maybe he just did one off the cuff special. And I saw somewhere he said his last special, he basically just did it. He didn't really write none down or think of it. He just kind of just did it, and you could tell he did that. And this time he did it again. So I'm like, you don't even care about your craft no more because you just doing stuff to do it. Like you just doing, getting up there, doing whatever you want to do with no direction and with no theme, no direction. Just get up there telling. And he's like, oh, he always laugh. He always done that because he got like a good like, tone voice, like a funny tone voice and a good laugh. So he's always just get on stage and like, laugh at these jokes. I think it's a nervous thing, but it's also a funny, can be a funny thing too. But he kept saying, oh, yeah, I'm glad y'all laughing because it's not funny. Oh, I'm glad y'all laughing because it ain't funny. Like, why are you getting on stage as a dad doing these like basic jokes? And like I said, if you're like a newer comedian starting out, like a year or two, or less than five, if you've been doing it less than 5 years, then I can see you doing what he was doing. That's what a newer comedian would do. But for this to be your umpty special, it's like, what are they doing? Like, I don't know. I wonder why they doing it. I get you love comedy, but you love it, but you're not putting your best foot forward. So how can you love something if you're not putting your best foot forward? Like, I know these can, like, Kevin Hart, Lou Real, like they're steady putting out specials, not steady, like at least once a year or once every couple of years, which is a lot for comedians because that's usually not what comedians do. They usually don't put out it at that high, all right? So it's like Eddie Murphy. He only put out two. He ain't put out one since the 90s, right? Which is great because he like I don't have nothing to say or about if I feel like strongly called back to do it, I'll do it. But I feel like people talk about that kind of. They look at him as great because he has two great specials. But if he kept going and it wasn't good, I don't know if people will look at him as still like one of the greats. But they will look at him as the great overall. But I'm talking about just specifically stand up. But since he had two that's great and he stopped, then people are like, okay, cool. Some people be like, okay, well, you don't love it if you just stop, or you're not a comedian anymore if you just stop. But if you have specials, you're always a comedian. If you have specials, you're always a comedian. Just because you stop doing it or haven't done it in a long time, that don't mean you're not. If you stop doing it for 5 years, and then 5 years you're not a comedian, once you do something, you're always that. Once you put out specials, you're always a comedian. Is he not an actor because he ain't put out a movie? Like, no. Once you do it, you're that. So it's like, I feel like they're like, oh, well, I love it. That's where I started. I don't want to stop my roots. But if it's not going to be maximum effort, then it's like, why are you doing it? And you have built up enough with people that they're going to watch you just because you are you. You are Lil Rel, you are Kevin Hart. Y'all have given us very funny specials, so of course people are going to watch it because they just want to see what you're doing. And it's like people don't know how to let go. Like if somebody start watching a series, it's the first 10 episodes are good, and then the next season is bad. Like, all the episodes are bad, people will keep watching because they holding on to what they had originally. They just want to hold on. Like, when people in a bad relationship, it might have started good for the first few months, and then it starts being bad for years, and they still try to hold on because they're holding on to that moment that they can get back what they had the first few months of it. It's the same concept. So that's all I gotta say. Like I said, Lou Pearl, I like him overall. Like, he's great at movies. I like him overall. Like, if he had an interview or something like that, I like him overall. But as far as stand up, I'm good on him. I feel like he needs to either stop or take it more seriously, because it's kind of insulting to somebody that grew up liking you or liked your stuff in the past, and then they don't like it anymore. Like I said, with Kevin Hart, it's like, I guess you never liked him then, you just don't like his comedy, so why are you watching it? But if you grew up like it, not grew up like him, but if you started liking him from the birth on his career, then now it's not good anymore, something has shifted. It ain't him. Well, it's him, obviously, something he's doing differently, but obviously you like their comedy at first, so obviously there's a shift, so something is different in the shift. So it's for them to figure out what that is, not me. I can assume what I think that it is. Like I said, I think you just get comfortable and you just stop trying as hard. Then your audience expands, and then certain audiences aren't as hard on you as other audiences. Like, they're not expecting maximum effort. Like, when somebody likes you, they'll just laugh just because they like you. But it's just like, no.